input.
I've just had to put in the cartridge.
Oh, mine's not in either. Okay.
Hello.
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 Hello, Raven.
Okay. I will reload it.
So is it 9099 or something? Or?
Yeah, 9099.
On an input.
On input on ref Lola. And then you'll want to press 9 in tact input 9 and then B5, which is the target. That's to set it as the target.
Sorry, say that again.
Tact to go that tactical setting on the thing.
Yeah.
Then input.
Yep.
Data panel 9.
Yep.
And then B5. That will set B5 as a target waypoint, and it will allow you to do pop-up attacks and things.
Okay.
Now, I've preloaded some BK-90s onto my aircraft, but I think they are still bugged for multiplayer. So I might go for bombs instead, depending on what you're going with.
Yeah, I'll go with bombs.
CCIP?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay. We can do that together. Run in simultaneously.
That would be the high drag, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I had a go with the low drag ones, and I didn't find them to be as good. There's a dive mode, and then there's a level release mode. I didn't find them to be as accurate. I think there's something about getting low fast and just chucking the bombs out point blank range with those retarded bombs that's just better. And it's a lot more fun scooting along the ground at Mach 0.9.
Okay. Whenever you do something, switch something in the cockpit or do something, can you let me know just so I can see if I can follow what you're doing?
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just putting bombs on. Nothing else. Ooh, do we want 4 bombs, or do we want 2 bombs and some extra sidewinders?
I think I've got bombs and 2 sidewinders.
Copy.
Oh, yeah, I'll keep that.
Yep, complete.
So we won't have a distro tonight because he is working. I don't know if we'll have Joker. Piper's working.
Rearming complete.
He has to do weird hours because he's a fireman. Goes on long readiness shifts and then has weird days off and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if we've got a red kite this evening.
Well, we have Raven and Dusty in the 2000s, so we got our cap.
Mm-hmm. There's a MiG-29 locking me.
Already?
Well, I'm in the hangar.
There's no MiG-29s.
Bra 048
Sort of,
at 7,000 knots.
Launched. There are some in the game. I've added some to come in later, but they shouldn't have spawned yet.
Well, there are 2 on nails. I have an NE2, Hornet, and 2 29s. That just disappeared.
It's not the Kutuzov, is it? Because that has a 59, I think. That shows up as 59 on the RWI.
No, it's 29.
Okay. Well, we might be in for a surprise.
Oh dear.
Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Ivan is no match for the might of Benny and Bjorn. And Jean-Claude and Pierre Marcel. There we go. How stereotypical could we be? Risky, I'm setting the QFE for our target now.
Where do you do that?
On your altimeter on the left of the radar screen.
Yep, see it.
You twist the knob, and the setting we want is 938.
Hello, stream. Now the Hornet is locking me up.
Oh, he's just curious. Still surprised that we have no Hornet information in the newsletter.
Okay, 938. That's in the analog digital type display, yeah? 0938. Okay,
Yep.
Copy, done that.
I'm keeping my standby altitude at altimeter as it is, as a sea level reference. In case we, well, we're coming back here to land anyway, so we need a direct one. Is there any special code that we need for bombs? I don't think there is. We'll leave the weapon selector in plan. We leave the nav selector in nav, so we don't have to mess about with any of that. That's good. We follow the waypoints. We'll be bombing on the waypoint, but finding the target with the old Mark 1 eyeball. So I don't think there's anything else we need to set up.
So the weapon selector is the second from the left, yeah?
Yeah, the default position.
Yep.
Oh, I had a go last night, late last night, early this morning, with the RBO4, because on Sunday we're going to be doing that PvP, so I wanted to get good with the RBO4 and try it out. And I've found that you can use it in that group setting, where I fired off both missiles and they went for a different target each. So in theory, 2 Vigans could take out all 4 of the ships in one pass. Now, if we're allowed to get close enough, that is, by the red team, their MiG-21s.
Okay.
Matter.
Who's just come on?
Hey.
Hey, Red.
Hello, Red.
Hey, Red.
Chocolate.
It's always one.
What is this bullshit story anyway?
I don't even know at this point.
Banjo has a crush on Red Kite's voice.
Is IFF implemented on the Vigan?
You can fiddle with the switches if you want, but the way that IFF is done in DCS is just, if you're on the blue side, you'll emit an IFF thing regardless of whether you have your circuits turned on or not.
Oh, okay.
Jackson, someone behind you, Red.
Yeah, it is. It was Banjo, but literally as I pressed my push to talk key, someone called me. I'll be with you in about 5-10 minutes.
Copy.
Okay. There's the B Mirage.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh, what interval do we want for the bombs? Because we've got quite a long line of targets coming.
Are they in a straight line?
They are in a straight line, and I've added another line of them. So there's a left line and a right line. Pick one, run down them simultaneously, and drop our bombs together. But I'm trying to work out what kind of interval we'd need for. It's all in meters as well, so that do anything for me.
Well, I think by default, isn't it one every 3 meters or something? Because that strip I left yesterday, that was actually quite short.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 25. We're on 15 by default. Again, I don't know if that's between every bomb or if that's the total spread that you get. I'm thinking it's the total spread.
Okay, I've moved to 25.
Hopefully that'll be enough.
Okay, I'm ready when you are, I guess.
Okay. Taxi now. We'll have to reset my track IR once I've lined up.
Okay.
This is wonkier than a boxer's nose.
I keep forgetting it turns on a dime.
Yeah, it's twitchy. Let's reset.
Alright, ready.
Are we waiting for Red Kite or shall we get going?
Will he be flying a Mirage, do you think?
I think so. He's
Okay,
been
yeah.
flying the Mirage the last few times.
Let's wait for him. Better to keep all of the cap together.
I'll be closing up a little bit then.
Do we need radar on this?
We do, but only when we get closer.
Okay.
You can have it on for navigation, but I don't know how useful it will be in the valleys with all the high stuff.
Not to worry, I'll be following you anyway, I think. The more I fly this, the more comfortable I'm getting.
It's nice to just fly it about. I think it's not too taxing. Plus that autopilot, which, oh, by the way, you know, there's the two buttons there, the altitude and the height.
Yeah, hold, isn't it? Oh yes.
If you just have the altitude hold mapped, it will turn on the attitude as well. So I've got the altitude mapped onto my stick. So it's just a quick tap of that button to turn it on and off. It's very useful because it's actually my pinky button. So I press it quickly and then I can go hands off my stick to do clicking with the mouse or whatever.
Yeah, I just look at it and click with the VR headset.
Wow, that's a lovely life to lead. Did I tell you I had another go in that VR headset after doing the
That's
one of those-
PS4 one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we went on Resident Evil, and I'm not good with horror films as it is.
Yeah, you said you got scared.
Before I'd even got into the haunted house, I'd taken the headset off and said, "No, that's enough." I was in the garden. I've not even got in.
God. It is one thing, and it's the only reason I fly in DCS because I can use my VR helmet.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with Raven as well. I think it's so different and so immersive.
It is.
And there's not many other applications that I could think for it. Flight simming is one where it makes everything better, but other console games and things, I don't know if it's really that useful.
There are some platform games, and it's actually quite interesting seeing it in full VR 3D. That is actually quite good. There's a game called Windlands, and it's almost as if you're throwing hooks against floating rocks, and you have to swing from one rock to another, and and it's really, really good in VR. I think there's something called Lucky's Tale, I think, for the Oculus, which I can actually run on my Vive, and that is actually really good too, full 3D.
Imagine playing Lara Croft games in 3D.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, and even Truck Simulator, would you believe? You can do in VR.
Yeah. Well, driving racing games, I think that's probably another good application.
Yeah.
I think when you're playing something like Lara Croft or whatever, I think you would be needing a bucket pretty soon.
There is also a first-person shooter. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but you can only play if you got a VR helmet, which means you're actually walking around a room, or you're having to run across somewhere to hide. And so you're looking around the corner. You've got your sights on the controllers, and so you just bring the two up together. Your left hand for the front of the rifle and the rear hand to the rear, and you just line it up, and it's just like Arma 3, but it's in VR.
Okay.
There's the Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Oh my god, yes.
Which my friend with the VR headset really wants it. I can imagine if you had a group of friends all playing that, you'd probably get quite into it. I'm into my ships anyway, so starships isn't a big jump, I suppose. I didn't realise that.
World of Warplanes? You can do that in World of Warplanes too.
To do what?
VR. And if you're into your ships, if you're into submarines and stuff, there's a new multiplayer one out where you're in charge of a submarine, and you have to have other people. So one in the front will be the room, one in the center, one at the rear, sort of thing. You have to work together to be able to sink other multiplayer submarines.
I wouldn't play that with random people because
no, indeed, you need to understand what other people are doing, so that you're doing it right.
It's hard enough getting two of us in a gazelle together. It's not messing up.
Well, the good thing is we're now all learning from each other. So
yeah. Could you imagine being in your nice new F-14 and then suddenly Dickie McGee turns up and gets in the back seat and fires off all of your phoenixes for a joke?
And then starts ejecting for no good reason.
Yeah. Spamming in chat, you killed Goose.
Yes. They were saying that in Elite Dangerous, where they got these new multi-crew.
Have they put that in? I've been waiting for that for
It's all in there now, it's working.
Oh, bloody hell. I had a really good ship. It was, well, not really good. I had a ship that was worth about 20 million, and then my game froze, and I lost everything. I had to work it all back up from scratch. And after that, I kind of lost interest because it takes such a long time to get that kind of currency, and then to have it all wiped away was quite annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So now I've got a couple of the smaller ships, the fighters, and if I get them destroyed, I don't really mind because they're only a couple of thousand to replace instead of a million or so.
But in VR, it's awesome.
Yeah, can imagine. There's quite a,
This could be a very stupid question, I don't know, but running the formation lights, does that bring something to the flight?
Color?
Yeah, the ones on the sides,
I think they're only really for nighttime. Just gives you a position of the aircraft, lets you know which bit is where.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
for daytime like this, I don't think it's as important.
I
But
just like it.
Yeah, I like them. I like the strip lights.
If I would hold my hand out now with some chicken wings, I could have a barbecue on the Raven's exhaust.
I don't know how long Red's going to be, but I'm guessing those barrages are probably losing a good £300-400
Yes, I will need to take a new belly tank soon.
Yeah, I might rearm while we're on the runway.
I just did that, but I think whenever he's in, I'll do it again. Doesn't take too long. Or I'll just get rid of it now and refuel when he gets in. Now I'll wait.
So, you know that the Vigan can't really combine different types of weapon system because of the flight computer.
Probably the same as the Mirage, I'm used to that.
Well, the gun pod, for example, you couldn't mount bombs and a gun pod. However,
Oh my god.
well, I mean, you could put them on, but you wouldn't be allowed to use the gun pod for air to ground. However, you could still use the gun pod for air to air. So it is a valid loadout to put a gun pod and a few bombs on, and then if you get into trouble, you can use the gun to shoot down enemy aircraft.
How many rounds in the gun pod?
150.
150?
Yeah.
So probably about 3 or 4 bursts then.
Yeah. Well, the Mirage only has 125 per gun.
I know, but at least you can slow that down by putting in the LEN command, and it just gives you a few more seconds.
It's still got a very high rate of fire in this Vigan gun pod. It's
Okay, but what's the caliber?
30. So I think it's the same gun as the Mirage. You know, the Mirage is a what is it? It's a rotating breech. So if you imagine a revolver where you have a bullet in each of the cylinders and a single barrel, but now imagine that each of those cylinders is performing a different part of the weapon's operation. So one of them is ejecting around, one of them is loading around, like a minigun does, but only with one barrel that they shoot out of. That's why it has such a high rate of fire, because you have effectively multiple chambers for each bullet. The British and the French ones, is it the Aiden?
Yes,
the British
Aiden
use?
cannon pod, yeah.
The French one is almost exactly the same, just a licensed built one. The British and the French worked together on them after the war, and the gun that's in the Swedish gun pod, it's basically the same. It's the British-French 30mm revolving breech cannon with a high rate of fire. So if you wanted to pretend you were a Mirage, you could fit 2 of those gun pods under the Vigan and put on a French accent, draw a moustache on the front of the Vigan.
Be a spy plane.
Yeah, load up the garlic onto pylons 1 and 2.
Is any of you guys going to see Dunkirk?
Oh,
I have seen it.
soon.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Okay, how is it? I mean, I know the story.
Yeah, it's good. It's not perfectly historically accurate, as you can imagine from a Hollywood movie. But it's good. It's worth watching.
Okay. Some parts of it were filmed here in the Netherlands.
Do you know the Cardington hangars?
Nope.
Where the massive airship hangars.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how famous they are, but basically my village is on a hill that looks over them. So
Okay.
I've been never really thought they were anything special because I used to see them every day. But one of them's holding the that Airlander, the blimp thing, which I see out all the time when I go home, which is great. But the other one they turned into a film studio because it's such a big space. You can fill it all with green screen and film massive action sequences in there, and then put your CGI in the background. But Christopher Nolan did loads of work in there for the Batman films and Inception and all of that. It was just filmed down the road from me in that hangar.
Okay. Well, you can. I think you can build a complete street block in there.
Oh yeah, easily. They say that it has its own weather system. And
Oh, yeah, they do.
Clouds swarm up at the top.
Yeah, they do that. I do know that specialists with all kinds of model planes, especially model glider planes, they use them even for ultralight airplanes to fly about in, because they even have thermals in it and everything.
You can't really
by
get too
itself.
close.
I mean, then, right? Thermals by itself, like you said, a complete sort of weather system.
Self-contained weather system.
Yeah.
Just messing around with the radar, I've managed to turn the brightness all the way down. Now it's absolutely perfect now.
There you go. I've got the gain as well. The gain is quite an important one, as well as brightness. For finding ships, you can put the radar into linear mode rather than logarithmic, and then it will give you a much darker return on everything. And but you'll need to fiddle about with the radar gain, which I think you have to have mapped to something. I don't think you can click on it.
Silly, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's beta. I'm sure they'll come up with some more key bindings soon. What is Red Kite doing?
Now that we're still waiting, where do you want us to take up the cap position?
Okay, yeah, let's do some mission planning. So the first few waypoints are taking us through the valleys to around Foxtrot Kilo 50. There's two small rivers which join. That's where our waypoint 4 IP is. I think that's the point where we should separate, and the Mirages gain some altitude. They'll know that we are there by then, because their search radars will have picked us up. So if the Mirages pull up and orbit around that area, and the Vigans will stay low and fast and push into the two lakes there to hit the target. Again, the enemies that spawn will be random at this point, so they may intercept us from Makop, they may intercept us from Minvodi, or they may not intercept us from either of these airfields at all. So I cannot tell you which direction the hostiles will come.
Foxtrot Kilo, you say? That's to the east of Makop, Kanskaya?
Yep. From our target area, it's 270 for about 60 miles, so about 120 kilometers, maybe a bit less than that.
Okay, you want us in the valleys as well?
Yeah, if we all stay low at the same point. We don't want to be too close in formation in the valleys. We'll have to go trail formation.
Okay, but
No worries.
I guess we turn our blinking lights on then, so at least we can see them a little bit.
Yeah, imagine doing this at night. Wouldn't that be great? Probably a lot harder. Definitely a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when you don't have night vision.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be going in there without night vision.
They say you can fly this with the radar in ground collision avoidance mode, but I don't think I trust that.
You can, but we can't.
Oh yeah.
Yet.
Are they still working on it?
Well, of course. Just have to wait for Eagle Dynamics to implement the air-to-ground radar code. But there is an automatic terrain avoidance system in the Mirage.
Okay.
And ground mapping.
What I would want on this bird is a laser designator.
Yeah. Well, I've put an uncontrolled blue unit by the lake. If somebody wanted to go in there, they could JTAC from that position, allowing the Mirages to drop laser-guided bombs on the target without needing to wait for a designator. So if there's anybody who doesn't have a module, You'd need combined arms to do it, but if there's anybody.
Okay. Don't have
I
that.
won't.
Can I ask a quick question?
Mhm.
On the right side, just below what looks like to be the Maverick HUD, I guess,
Yeah.
you've got Slav SI and Hodge CI and SI. What do they do?
The Hodge, with the position on the left where it says RHM.
Yep.
That's radar altimeter, and with it to the right, it's barometric.
Oh, righto.
Slav SI puts the HUD into low altitude mode. I always have it switched on, which is to the left, because it just gives you more information on the HUD when you're below 50 meters.
Right, got it.
It keeps it there when you're above 50 meters, so I don't really know why you never have it on. Or ever have it off, should I say. It'll get, those bars that you normally get, the vertical bars that show you your... it just puts those on below 50 meters. As standard, they turn off, so but below 50 meters.
Shall we slowly get going? Red said 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's...
I'll quickly rearm,
rearm.
and then...
Me too.
Request rearming. Copy.
You might have fallen down a hole.
Oh, he flushed himself through the toilet.
It happens.
I know I'm going to ask again. Where's the fuel gauge?
Fuel gauge is bottom right of the front HUD. Front dash, sorry.
So that's the one with the say 100, 200.
It's the one that says it goes from 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and then
Rearming
120.
complete.
Ah, I got it.
And the reason it goes over 100 is because it counts your external tank fuel as well. So, of course, when it goes below 100, you're on internal fuel, and you can dump your external tank if you want.
Okay. I'm at 120. I think that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very fuel efficient as long as you're not in stage 3 burner, and even in stage 2, it surprises me about how much it eats. But okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, me too.
I'm still waiting for my external tank.
Yeah, me too. Ready.
I'm ready.
Nearly ready.
Do we need to change the weapon release mode switch?
No, it needs to be on the default position for everything, and the thing needs to be on nav, which will be in for navigating to the target anyway. So.
Yeah, got it.
Ready.
Alright, 50%. And full burner release in 3, 2, 1, go. And off burner. And turning left.
Risky, we may need to stay in stage 1 because the Mirage runs pretty quickly in mil power.
Yeah, I've just moved to stage 1.
I went to 80%.
Okay. Already lost tally on the Mirage. I'll stick on your pass, Risky.
Copy.
See
Yeah, I've
you.
lost the Mirage too.
We'll be heading into that valley, so I guess we'll pick everything up once we get in there.
I'm at 366 knots.
Sweet.
Tally Mirage.
Hey.
Hey, Red.
That's Red.
Hey, Red.
So, what's the objective tonight?
It's the FARP fob thing from a couple of days ago.
Okay.
We've only just taken off, so if you went in burner to catch us, you'd get there in a few seconds, a few minutes.
And turning right into the valley.
Oh, there's the Mirage.
Good camouflage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next bend to the right.
Yep.
And then left. And right. Still right. Left. Holding left. Going right. Let's see where this valley goes. We have to go left, but holding left. This will take us too far. Let's cross this mountain.
Okay, you're going far ahead. I've lost sight of you now. It's my fault.
Cross here. To your left.
Yeah, risky. Current waypoint is off to our 9 o'clock, so if we break off left now and head towards there.
There's a valley again
Yeah, I see the valley.
over the ridge. Heading directly north. Turning left.
Okay, we're in a different valley to you. Sorry, Raven. We'll be turning left. Hopefully, we'll merge.
Copy.
Risky, are you set up to be going towards B1?
What, sorry?
B3. Is your current waypoint B3?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Make a right-hand turn.
I'm just gonna try and catch up with Raven.
Yeah, I'm still on your 6. But our current heading needs to be around due north.
Okay.
Raven should be on your 10 o'clock at the moment. Raven Risky is on your 1 o'clock, so he's coming down the hillside. He
Okay.
should be in front of you now.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 kilometers from the next waypoint. This valley should take us almost the way there.
Yeah, Risky and Tilly, I'm behind you.
Copy that. Risky, I'm going to pass in front and I'll lead.
Yeah, Roger.
Passing your left now.
Got you.
10 kilometers from the next waypoint. It's slightly off to our left, 10 o'clock, but we'll continue down this valley, making a shallow left-hand turn now. And 5 kilometers to the next waypoint. It's on our nose, 330. Okay, next waypoint will be our IP. Making a shallow right turn here. You heading 020, following the valley and the river. Speed 800, so around 420 knots. Distance to next waypoint is 40 kilometers.
And you're going faster than I am.
Not in burner. Speed is still around 800 kilometers. Okay, at this point I'm going to turn my RWR to sound as well. And I'm going to get a bit lower. kilometers to waypoint 4. I'm going radar on now.
I'm on the deck, left-hand side.
I see a shadow, but I don't see you.
Aha!
But I see both of our shadows, so I know you're trying. 20k from our IP, and once we reach the IP risk, it's going to be a sharp right-hand turn to fly directly east, and I'll be in stage 2 burner.
Copy that.
And if you get linked nice and tight up on my wing, and then
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
get
joining now.
Copy. 15k from IP. So our QFE is set for 93.8.
Yep.
Okay. Master mode nav weapon type is in plan, which is the default. Well, there you are. Okay, I'm going to go lights off now.
Dusty, as soon as we get into waypoint 4, I'll zoom up on full burner.
Okay, rescue, we're 5 kilometers from our current waypoint.
Got it.
Passing waypoint 4.
And I'm in altitude hold now, Risky, so I'm going to make my turn using the autopilot to keep it gentle. Turning now. New heading will be direct east, 090. And once I'm rolled out on heading, I'll plug in the burner.
Copy.
What's your throttle setting at the moment, Raven?
80%, same as always.
Roger.
Okay, we're rolling out on 090. And there we go. Burner to stage 2. 90 kilometers from target, and we will maintain this altitude because there's a small hill.
And going up.
Interesting, or why am I going faster than you?
I don't know. Should we come back to stage 1?
I am in stage 1.
Oh, okay. You didn't drop your tank, did you?
No.
Sidewinders? You're carrying sidewinders?
Carrying full load, yeah. Moving to stage 2.
Speed's around 1,000 kilometers. I'll try and maintain my speed, and then you should be able to stick.
Yeah, I'll match it, yeah. Okay, altitude hold on.
Yeah. Any corrections I make will just be with the trim hat.
Angels 20 going level and radar on.
Sure.
On my HUD, I have 2 flashing lines left and right. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's just the HUD's way of telling us that we're really low. It's an altitude warning, essentially. What's your fuel state?
60.
Okay, I'm around 57. We're around 60 kilometers from target. But doing 1,000 kilometers an hour, it's not going to take too long to get there.
I've got a contact left. And it's not friendly.
Risky, I'm going to call... I can't get AWACS up on the radio.
Neither can I. Dusty on RWR or radar?
Radar. It popped off. It became too wide to the left.
I'm not. I can't see our Hornets either. Did they all get shot down?
So we could turn left for a bit and then search for it.
temperature? Which heading?
Let's say we're now at 80. Let's say 20 degrees or something like that. 20, somewhere in that direction.
Okay, I got 4 kilometers.
No, you've got 40.
40,
kilometers.
sorry, yeah.
It should swap over any second now. Okay.
Yep,
Swapped over. Yep, I'm putting my HUD glass down. Passing in front of you, 2 o'clock.
Yep.
I don't have anything on radar, I'll just enter an orbit here.
Only thing I'm picking up on RWR is a middle C, so it's an air contact, probably your Mirage radars.
We also have an AWACS mainstay on nails.
$25K out, risky.
Yep, fuel state 40.
Yep, same. Won't have long once we've hit them, we'll have to go RTB straight away. Okay, passing 20K from target. Okay, here's the town. This was my reference point. I'm going to do a small pull-up to get visual on the target, and then I'm going to dive back down once I'm verified that I'm on the right heading.
Okay, I'll stay.
We are still 27 nautical miles away from the target area. I'll just snake a bit and look up and down on my radar.
Looks like the heading's good, risky. Okay, trigger unsafe.
I see a bogey.
That's the trigger
25.
safety, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
25s.
Yep, trigger safety off. I see a little 0.
Yeah, dot on a circle.
And another one further to the left.
Okay, when the targets are in between the two, you pull the trigger. I'm going for the right one. The
I'll
right
go for the
column.
left.
Oh, no, I missed it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we have 2 MiG-25s at 040, more or less. And then at our 10 o'clock we have the mainstay.
Copy that.
The MiG-25s are about 45 nautical miles away.
We're going for them or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, risky.
Yep, turn him around.
Heading to home plate is around 220. I'm off burner.
Can I still
good.
drop?
No, you will have dropped all of them in one go. Did you drop yours?
No,
Okay, yeah, let's go in for another attack.
I got nothing on my HUD.
You have to be lower and faster. Much faster.
I have the left one
See it?
locked up.
Copy.
Good hits, good hits. Very good. I'm taking AAA.
Okay, have you launched?
Yeah, I dropped my bombs, they all missed. I got the right one.
I'm now at 20. Fuel state.
Yeah, I'm at 2.5. I'm getting pinged by something high repetition. Okay, risky, let's break for home, bearing 220.
220, okay.
We're 170 clicks out.
I'm going to gain height then.
Fox 1.
I'm going to stay low
Fox
in
one.
stage 1. Should have just enough. Actually, no, that's a lie. The fuel gauge is telling us that we need 40% to get home, so I guess we should climb a little bit.
Should we drop the fuel tank?
Yeah, I'm going to drop my bomb carriers as well.
I
How
think
do
mine
you
just
drop-
went apeshit.
If you look, the weapon master mode dial, there's 2 covered switches in front of it saying X tank and
I've got the
mod.
kill.
Fox 1 again.
Copy.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Right, I'm clean. I'm off burner. Fuel state's 20%.
Splash.
Nice. Red, do you mind escorting Tilly and Risky back to base, and then
Sorry.
Dusty and me can go for the AWACS?
Yeah, I've burned a bunch of fuel catching up, so that's okay with me. I'll go fly toward him.
Is the AOX the one about 50 miles out?
It's the RWR contact that we have, mainstay.
Risky.
Yep.
I'm turning towards it now.
Arm up again and have another
Heading.
crack at this.
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
Yeah.
Should we just respawn then, or make it home?
Yeah, I want to make it home. I want to see if I can do it with this fuel.
Okay.
I've got a fuel warning light.
Heading, revving.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the yellow on the top right.
320
Yeah.
approximately.
Roger.
Bra 24. I know bra means fuel something, and 24 I'm guessing is less than 24%.
Got it.
Or maybe it's 24 minutes of fuel. I don't know. Either way, it's fuel is bad. I don't see you, but my computer's telling me that we've got around 135 clicks back to base.
I'm at Angels 1-6.
Copy. I'm on the deck because I didn't know if there was anything chasing me.
It's only me chasing you as far as I'm concerned.
Got it locked.
Yeah, so do I. Angels 26.5. I'm climbing.
But you've got 150 left, right?
I'm sorry?
You've got a radar guided left, Fox 1.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Ah, you know what I should have put in? I should put a tanker for the Mirages over the mountain range somewhere nice and high, so you can go back there and refuel.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
That's something to keep in mind for version 1.4.
Yeah, I'll keep updating it. I need to sort the ships out as well, because they were meant to spawn to give us a secondary objective.
Can I take it out with my gun, please?
Of course.
Cool. Saves you an expensive missile. Now I see on the right side of my radar screen, I see a small yellow thing moving. Do you know what that is?
For me it's orange. If we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, probably. It's moving to the center now.
Yeah, that's an intercept indicator.
Ah, okay.
It's an inverted V, basically
Yeah.
a hat,
Yeah.
and it's an intercept trajectory.
Fuel state 15%.
Copy. Same here. 1-5.
And we are
I'm sure it's
80.
showing me. Was it 19 to get there?
Yeah. Be interesting to see if we can make it. What did you think of the bombs then?
Yeah, cool. I mean, I did some yesterday, but I didn't know how they would react to me just releasing them. But I think they look close together. Too close
Yeah.
together.
Mine spread a bit more, but that's because I pulled up as I was releasing them because I was getting hit by AAA. Yeah, I think in theory they're really great and they easy to use, but in practice you've got to make sure that you know exactly where the target is, otherwise you'll make a run a couple of feet off to the side and look like an idiot, like I just did.
Yeah.
What I might do for our return run is put on some RB05s.
Smash.
Nice.
What are the 5s? For the ship?
No, they are the radio-controlled, self-guided ones with the big flare out the back.
Is that the one where this little telescope comes in there?
No, those are the Mavericks. These ones are, so you have to control them with a mini stick, and you guide them in yourself.
Oh, right, okay.
Guided, but they're radio controlled.
You reckon Raven, time to go home to refuel?
Yeah. Let's head back to waypoint 6.
Roger.
Okay, I see switches for the RB05 stick. Pitch down, up, left, your left and right. Is that the one?
Yeah, or you can have a modifier, which is what I have, which is called RB05 stick input with flight stick hold. And when you hold that down, you use your main flight stick to control the RB05. All you have to do is make sure you've put your autopilot on. It will keep you in an orbit while you're controlling the remote control missile.
Okay.
They are notoriously hard to steer, but they have a huge explosive warhead in them, so if you get anywhere near to the target, you're going to do some damage.
I'm going high again to save shield.
Yep, sure. I am somewhere in between Angels 30 and 38.
30, okay. Are you then above cons?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm still coming.
Just past 40 kilometers away from base, I'm now on 10% fuel. And I'm going to put my auto throttle on.
Yeah, I'm on an E11.
This is going to be tight.
I'll climb a bit.
Yeah, I went up to... I have trouble reading this. 4,000 meters. About 12,000 feet. If I get too much higher, then the engine just won't be efficient enough. But I also want to have some altitude in case I have to glide back down. I wonder what got our AWACS and the F-18s.
Yeah, indeed.
Because they were fine at the beginning, and they were set to fly and escort each other and perform AWACS duties for about 5 hours.
Maybe those MiG-29s got them.
Yeah. They just ended up killing each other or something.
Stoops.
This is where TAC view would come in handy. Review what happened and see how it went.
Yeah, otherwise you have to review the whole mission again. That takes a bloody time.
Yeah.
Too bad they don't implement that as some sort of tool that you get.
It feels like it should be included as standard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm visual on the airfield. I'm going to go to idle throttle and begin my descent.
It's already been made, so I don't think they think it as a much of a priority, to be honest.
Yeah.
Someone's done the hard work for them.
It's integrated well enough, but I feel that the replay system could be better.
Yeah, the replay system itself is broken. It frequently desyncs missiles and throttle settings, so you can have aircraft just flying to the ground when they didn't.
Okay, I'm at 29,000.
I'm at
100.
37.
102 nautical miles out.
Then you're behind me. I'm 94 miles out.
Yeah.
My ground speed is 539.
How risky?
Hello.
I'm on
Hey.
final.
I'm completely idle.
Yeah.
I'm going to close some doors here. It's starting to get windy.
I'll get a drink.
I never get tired of these short landings.
Well, this will be the first landing I've ever done, so talk me
Did
through
you?
it.
Once you've got your gear down, you can put your auto throttle on. This is the lever which is next to your gear handle. It will auto throttle the aircraft and keep you around 400 kilometers an hour. You'll also want to pull out on the reverse thruster. It will activate as soon as your nose wheel or right landing gear, I think,
Both.
hit the ground. Both hit the ground.
Yeah,
Once
when you've put it on, of course.
Yeah. When you hit the ground, get your wheel brakes on and throttle up, and this will slow you down really quickly because of the reverse thrust and your really big wheel brakes. You can come in quite steep, but just do a little bit of a flare at the end. My main problem is I slam it into the ground far too roughly.
See, the air brakes do nothing.
Yeah, they're awful. Give it a little bit of a wiggle to scrub off some speed.
My altimeter won't go any higher than 29,860.
Okay, I'm at 400.
Yep.
It's stupid, really.
Pop it down as with any other landing and then throttle up once your reverse thrust kicks.
Same thing as last week, remember?
My Mirage is stuck in a death stall.
Yay!
Textbook landing. Not from Red Kite though, that's a textbook pancake.
You ejected!
Yeah, I locked the full power, could not pull up. Couldn't get any airspeed either.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that.
Yep.
Should we
Raven,
respawn?
did your altimeter still go up?
Yes, but only a bit. My altimeter says I'm at 31,240 feet, while F10 says I'm at 37,000 and something.
Mine says the same as last week, 29,860.
Yeah, it said that for a while as well, until I just kept climbing, and then the altimeter went up again, but it didn't catch up fully.
Stupid.
Okay, I'm refueling and rearming.
– 60 miles out, I'm still at approximately 65% fuel.
Yeah, once you can get high with these things, they're just brilliant.
I remember hearing something about vegans being fuel efficient, and then 15% fuel, still not close to the base, and I'm 65% fuel.
Yeah, vegans are quite efficient when low on the deck.
Which weapons am I arming?
Complete opposite.
I've gone for RB05s and gun pods. You can go with bombs again, or rockets, or RB-05s, because they're so much fun. Probably won't hit anything with them, but they're great fun.
Okay, I've got it.
Don't forget to put your air brake back in, because quite often I try and take off with it still out from landing.
How do you know if they're open or not?
There's a very small, it's the green warning light on the right-hand panel, the furthest one to the bottom. Luftbrans or something like that. Luftbrans.
Okay, mine is staying open.
We're taking runway 15.
Yes. We are at the end of it though, right at the end of runway 15, refueling the arm.
Yeah, mine won't go back in.
What's your control that you've got set up for them?
Yeah, it's a button on my HOTAS.
Did you have, because it's not a press to make it go out and in, there's one for out and one for going back in again.
Ah, right.
Okay, I've got weapon systems call, radar call.
Got it. That's why I was so slow yesterday then.
Good order. Infield 1-1. Inbound.
Nearly refueled.
Takes a while, doesn't it?
It's a fair amount of fuel in there, I think. It's £12,000 with the external tank, which is it's the same as an F-15 standard level of fuel. It's about 50% more than the Mirage, I think. No, doesn't sound about right. So it's more than the Mirage, though.
I see you high up there, Raven. I'm going to start my descent now.
We have about 8,000 pounds with one belly tank.
Do we have to reset our waypoints?
I've reset the 9099 thing because it just tells us we're back at the airfield. It should all just sort itself out after that. It will work out. Oh, they're back at the airfield. I'll just reset all the waypoints. So if you have a look at the RB-05 is the thing under my center. The two of them.
Yep, sorry, I was just resetting that.
Good order.
RB-05s, yes?
Yeah.
Request navigation assistance.
I don't need navigation assistance, I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to go into F2 view, but that communication window was still up.
Yeah, I've got them too.
And
Yeah, I know that.
on your wing pylons, you can take. This is one of the few loadouts where you can mix gun pods with the things, and they'll still work. So you can have twin gun pods and the twin RB-05s, or you could have a jammer or some countermeasures, or you could put some extra sidewinders on.
Oh, okay.
I have the airfield visual, and I still even can see your blinkers on the end of the runway. 20 miles out.
It must be a powerful light.
Well, if you have these old-fashioned strobes, you can see them on the airplanes easy, I think 12 kilometers up or something like that.
you say you can't mix weapons?
Most of the things you can't mix, but this is one of the few ones that you can. RBO5s and gun pods can be mixed, and Mavericks and gun pods can be mixed. But the other exception is Sidewinders. You can have Sidewinders of anything on there.
Good order. In field. 1-1.
Okay, just changing mine now.
This is probably the only reliable CAS setup that you could go for, because you've got guns, which you can do multiple passes with, and then you've got these big old RBO5s, which you fire one at a time.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll wait for the Mirages to land, and I'm just going to quickly get up the 1-minute ECS tutorial for the RBO5 to check that I've got the weapon selector in the right one.
Right.
I know that when you want to fire it, you'll need to be in ANF, but I can't remember what the master weapon selector thing is.
Okay.
Google that.
I'm on long final.
I'm done.
Enfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Okay, so we need to have it in RB75 mode. There's 3 different modes for the weapon. There's the air-to-ground version, where you use RB75. There's the C version, which I think gives it a little bit of a delay to explode, because it simulates penetrating the armor of a ship. Or there's the air version, because this can be used as an air-to-air missile. You guide it in on a bomber, and that will do an airburst version of it. So, I'd love to try that against some B-52s.
Okay, so I've got it in RB75, which is the thicker selector, isn't it?
Yeah. And then when we get to the target, we'll switch to ANF. What you must remember is do not put your trigger safety up until you're ready to fire, because the battery only lasts for 30 seconds once you've flicked the trigger up.
Oh, okay.
Request
So I'm
refueling.
back in tact mode, and I've got all ones on my
Yep.
analog display.
Copy.
That means it's showing you which pylons have got weapons on them.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you fired a Sidewinder, then one of the outer ones would disappear and go to a 0.
Righto.
So it's in real life, you wouldn't be able to look at your underbelly, so you'd just flick it to tact and check to see if your weapon's still deployed or something.
Cool.
Clever Swedish.
I didn't get a chance to catch up on Chuck Yeager's manual, that sort of thing.
Mm.
So I will plan to do this tomorrow and have those. Was it the 1-minute tutorials by Loby?
Yeah, those are great. Hello,
I'll just
everyone.
go and tell him to fuck himself.
Yes, that's the law. You have to do it.
That
That's
one,
the
yeah.
one, yeah.
Dislike and yeah, tell him to go fuck himself.
That's Wicks when he's older. How do I use the vegan? He must be back soon. He's in Poland for another week, but he bought the vegan while it was on sale, and he's not been able to fly it, so he's going to be itching to do some flying with us once he gets back.
Can I pass you a lot like this? Seems.
Yeah, I'll direct you in.
How would I select the guns?
Stand by. Yeah, you're fine, Dusty. You're through. To get the guns, you'll want to be on attack mode for air to ground. If you wanted the guns for air to air, then it's Akan Yacht.
Got it. Yeah, got them both. Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, the far right one is the infrared missiles. Yeah, got it.
There's a quick select mode for that infrared missile one, which I've got on my joystick. So if we get bounced by dogfighters, I just quickly press it, and I've got my sidewinders ready without having to.
Yeah, luckily that was one of the first things I did. Oh, I need to turn this EWR. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, there's you know where your external lights are?
Yep.
Panel above that, there's a 3-position switch marked Fan, Use, and Lud.
Yeah, I'll put it in loose.
Yeah, lights only.
I'm ready, by the way, so we're just waiting on Dusty.
Go up.
I'm reloading.
Yeah. Just gonna straighten up.
Do you lead us off, Tilly?
Yeah, okay, I'll pull in front a little bit.
Because the way you were talking us through that was great. I could just close my eyes and just follow you through. That sounded weird.
Much better than distros. Shall we turn right? Turns left. Okay. Dusty, when you're all ready to go, just let me know. My waypoints might be a little bit off. Oh no. Okay.
Do we still use the same waypoint?
Yep.
So it's 0-1 again.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Why doesn't it want me to give the... Oh, here we go. Finally. Ready?
Copy. Brakes on. Begins go. Mirages go. Going to be staying low and fast. Stage 1 burner now risky. Braking left, heading. Okay, my heading's a bit off. We can go direct to target if you want.
Yeah, they've already alerted, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay. Setting for waypoint 4. We'll go to the IP, then turn in. Okay, turning right. Ah, that's better. Yeah, my compass is working now. Speed for the Mirages will be around 370. Risky going to second stage burner. And I'm going to hold this altitude, which is around 7 degrees nose up.
Got it, see you. Am I selecting a different waypoint on my the button switches? Was it B3 or something, or?
B4.
Got it.
We are 115 clicks out. And once we've cleared this hill, I'll go back to stage 1. Speed for the Mirages is around 420. Okay, stage 1. Just sorting some trim out. Coming off burner. Mirage's speed will be around 480.
I'm still on stage 1 trying to catch him. Interesting this, and I don't have air brakes now. I'm at 900.
I'm holding at just under 850.
Okay, I can see your wings now, that's good.
It does hold its speed very well when you come off burner. It doesn't instantly slow down like some of the other jets.
You've got the speed auto as well.
Yeah, you can put the auto throttle on, but it will hold us very, very slow.
Okay.
It will hold us at 550 kilometers an hour, which is around 270 knots. Which it's just not fast enough to make maneuvers in the big one. Watch out for this massive low texture polygon off to our left, which they're claiming is a mountain.
It's one of the missing pyramids.
Yeah. Speed has decreased to around 750k.
Okay.
For the Mirages, that's 420. Going to climb. Now for this attack run, we don't really want to be too low.
Yeah, makes sense. Because you don't get many chances on a wire at low level, do you?
Well, and the battery will just run out. And you need to see your target beforehand, otherwise there's no point in launching. But
Jesus.
we'll stay around 2,000 meters, so about 6,000 feet, and we'll probably orbit the target once outside of any AAA range, and then come in for a firing solution.
Does their AWACS respawn?
No.
Okay.
I was expecting some more hostiles by now. None of the F5s turned up. there's a 50% chance that F5s come in.
And they probably are drunk or something.
So on one of the far landing pads at this base, there's 3 Mi-8s which could make good targets. There's those 2 convoys of cars which we completely missed, and the rest of it's just vehicles and buildings and things. Okay, we are 40 clicks from our insertion point.
I'm on your left wing.
Visual. I'm swapping over to the target waypoint now because there's no real need for an IP. So I'm going to make a gentle right-hand turn heading 070. And rolling out on 070. Slight correction. There we go. And I'm on internal fuel now.
The Mirages are with us.
Yeah. Great formation. Nice finger 4.
Yeah, combat spread.
So B4 is correct for our target, yeah?
B5 is target, B4 was the run-in.
Okay.
But for this one, it's purely for navigation, because we'll be eyeballing every attack that we make. For some of the other things, BK-90s, for example, you need that target information to be really accurate, to the point where you might need to make your own nav fix. Find the targets on radar and then lock them up to get a more accurate nav fix for them.
Would be actually interesting to see if I can actually see a target in VR helmet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm struggling, and I've got nice 1080p thing, so. We are 80 kilometers from target. I'm going to put in stage 1 burn. For the Mirages, this is probably going to be the equivalent of going to mill.
Yep. A bit less even than because I'm passing you.
Going internal fuel.
Whoa! Nice!
Yep, sweet.
I think my stage 1 is faster than yours, Tilly.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing me a load of drag. Unless this paint scheme adds a couple of pounds.
You never know. That's probably why I end up with more fuel.
Well, I have a lot more fuel than Dusty left as well. I still have 200 kilos left in my belly fuel tank.
Yeah, it's because I fucked up in the first bit. I had to catch you guys really bad.
50k to target.
Why does mine still say 90?
Are you on the right waypoint?
B5?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
And it's increasing, so the waypoint's behind me.
Let's see if we can find it on radar. If you switch your radar on, and it's still showing that this is a target waypoint, so it's an M.
M, where do I see M?
Up where it's telling you which waypoint it is, it will say M or B, depending on what type of waypoint it is.
On my HUD, or?
On the little indicator above how far away you are.
Oh, L1.
But yeah, change it to a target waypoint by doing tact, input, 9, and then pressing B5.
You're losing a lot of altitude there, Whiskey.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking down in the cockpit. No, it hasn't changed to L1.
Okay, well, we're nearly there, so we're going to do a visual attack. Let's change to ANF. I'm going
ANF
to...
on?
Yep. Decrease altitude to around 2,000.
Okay, follow on you. I see you.
Yep. I'll just pull in front a little bit.
What do we do, guys?
I'm going to climb to Angels 20.
Roger.
There should still be some flankers and things coming to intercept you, but I've not seen anything about them yet. Okay, decreasing a little bit more. Okay, this altitude is good. Leveling off, and I'm coming off burner. Do you see the target in front of us?
Yep.
Between the two lakes. Copy. Right, in a little while, when we get to about 7k, I'm going to go trigger unsafe and command my thing in. In fact, I think we're probably alright to do it now, so I'm going to go and fire. There it goes. I'm guiding it in. Got to watch out for that AAA though. Hey, there goes yours. I think mine went a bit short.
Yeah, I forgot to put my plane in autopilot.
Okay, breaking off. We'll come in and have another go. Maybe it's better to... Bloody hell, that's AAA. Maybe it's better to aim the actual plane at the target to get the missile roughly where it needs to go straight away.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really know what the accepted tactics are for this thing. Okay, I'm just going to extend a little bit.
I think Sam picked us up there. Have you ever seen this movie or video about the way to conduct a cap search pattern?
No?
Okay, there is one. It's from a couple of German blokes, but I think they know what they're talking about by the looks of it.
I got a hit on something.
I'm going to be right back. I think, Dusty, you're following me. I've just set my aircraft to orbit, so I'll leave it ready to start.
Mine was well out.
Yeah, they're not easy. Okay, I'm setting my thing to attack, and that will be the gun pods. So you fire these very similarly to the rocket, where you line it up, and then when the little thing flashes, you pull the trigger and then break off.
Still in ANF.
Yes, in ANF. ANF, but with attack as the other mode.
Got it.
Well, it looks like you can do it in nav as well. Don't know if there's any real difference. I'll be making a low, fast pass.
I think I'm going to flat spin.
Have you lost control? Have you got chills? Are they multiplying?
Nothing's working. Got no power.
Did you compress install the engine?
Probably. I'm going for a swim.
No!
Oh, napper.
Oh, I'm on
You've been
fire.
hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
on
saw
fire.
that.
Yeah, you lost a wing.
I'll be doing some training tomorrow in this anyway. I'm guessing we've got some training videos or training things on.
There's a training mission, a couple of
DCS?
training missions, yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to eject.
I would. Woo. Wasn't much for the Mirages to do, really, was there?
I don't know what went wrong with my the other planes coming in. They should have spawned.
And the MiG-25s didn't even bother to shoot back.
I'm back.
I don't think they got quite a chance for it, Raven. Or
I'll
did
have
they?
a look into it.
Yeah, I'm going to call it a night anyway.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed that, though. That's really, really something new to get into, isn't it?
Gotta love that thing. I love the anti-ship's probably my favourite. I love doing that.
Actually, with that, was it just 3 of us yesterday on the big ends launching 6 missiles and stuff? That looked really, really good.
Imagine what you could do with 4.
We should get all of us up in a big end squadron and just try and attack tons of ships. That would just be amazing.
I've also found out you can mount just one anti-ship missile and then on the other side have a jamming pod or a countermeasures pod. So
that's good.
Okay.
yeah, if you wanted, there's a default one set for that as well called anti-ship escort. So just one person flies with a jamming pod on, and the jamming pod covers the whole group when you turn it on. So that's quite a good one.
Will we ever get the Exocet missile?
Not for this version of the Mirage.
Shit. Too bad.
They're making the Mirage F1. I think that carried Exocet.
The F1 who?
Belsimtech are making it.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's why we wanted the GR7, wasn't it? Sorry, the Sea Harrier.
Well, the Sea Harrier had fewer hard points than all the other Harriers. And 2 of those usually had fuel tanks on, which means you'd be carrying just 2 sidefinders.
Well, all we then want is a little small island, isn't it? With penguins.
The Harrier quite quickly made a name for itself. I mean, when your opponent calls you the Black Death, then that's quite a compliment, I think.
Would it be too tongue-in-cheek for me to make a Falklands campaign based around the Channel Islands instead?
Not at all. I think that would be quite good.
Instead of Port Stanley, we have to go and save St Helens.
Can the Harrier take an asymmetric fuel tank load?
Yes, but it won't be able to do a hovering.
Yeah.
You'll have to do everything like a conventional aircraft.
Which it can still do short takeoff landing, can't it?
Yes, but you'll have to make sure that you've got all your trim dialed in accurately. Also, the Harrier, the version that we're getting, you can only take 2 different types of air-to-ground weapon, which isn't normally an issue because the outside pylons are usually reserved for Sidewinders. They can take 500-pound bombs. I don't know if they can take GBU-12s as well, because GBU-12 does have a bit of that extra added weight and length. But usually the outside pylons are just for Sidewinders, and then quite often you use 2 of the pylons for fuel tanks, and that leaves you 2 pylons for whatever air-to-ground you want. But
You might actually.
Yeah, are they building actually the Harrier, or are they building the AV-8?
it's the AV-8B night attack variant.
Yeah, so it's the American version.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You could always use the Hawk for an A4
Yeah,
as well. That could be quite cool.
yeah. That's probably a great approximation of any of the trainers. Maybe not the Avio jet. That doesn't. It's got straight wings. Actually, the L-39 has straight wings. Yeah,
But that
Hawks-
could have been a car. It's close to the car, isn't it? Just with that propeller.
Well, when they do the Super Tucano, that's definitely. I know it's a single engine, but it's still a turboprop. That'd be a great little. Yeah, maybe I'll get together working on Tilly's rip-off Falkland campaign. We still have to sail all the way from Great Britain, but it will take 20 minutes instead of a couple of weeks, because it's a little bit closer, those Channel Islands. And instead of the Argentinians, it's the Normandy. Normans, that's the one. The Normans have annexed the Channel Islands, and Generale de Francois Pierre Ducot has declared himself head of the military junta. It would be great with naval ops, though, because you know Razbam are making an LHD.
Yes.
Helicopter carrier, basically. It would be great to have the Harriers take off from the sea rather than just from the ring. And yeah, if we had Exocet for that, again, that'd be great.
If we had another little line, it could be called Ascension,
Yeah.
or something similar, and then we can use the big one in place of the Vulcan.
Well, I wonder how well the RB-04 would work in place of an Exocet. Because Exocets used to. Yeah, I don't know. We can do a really tongue-in-cheek version. The Isle of Man can be Ascension Island.
We could have a heavy cruiser called the General McDonald's.
What actually happened to the Channel Islands in the Second World War?
They were invaded by the Germans.
Yeah, they were invaded. Yeah.
They were occupied for the whole war. But there's a good museum there now.
Okay.
Because they built a load of those coastal shipping defense bunkers, you know, those big concrete things with the massive guns in them. They turned one of them into a museum where you can go in and look at all the stuff. Yeah, it was quite a strategic airfield, Jersey.
Have any of you guys ever been to the invasion beaches in Normandy?
No. I've been to Normandy, but I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
I'll go there at some point when I have my motorcycle. I have an aunt and an uncle living in Normandy.
Yeah, I envisage I would go and do some kind of Band of Brothers tour. I did the Belgian one, so I just need to do the French one. Did I say something? Everyone stop talking now.
No?
Right, I'm going to go anyway. I will be on during the day tomorrow, but tomorrow night I'm out in Dunkirk, so I probably won't be on.
Well, that means maybe you'll be in the mood for some midday Spitfire training.
Yeah, if I had a Spitfire, but I don't.
Oh, you've got the P-51.
Yeah, I have the P-51.
it's still good. I prefer the P51, which really pains me as a Brit to say, but I just prefer the P51 in DCS to fly. It's easier, faster, can carry rockets.
Unless you're Malloy in a 109, in which case he just trumps everything.
Like I said before, just then remember it was actually ordered by the RAF.
Yeah, the Mustang.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the 109.
That's what I thought. So really, oh my god, wow.
Yeah, my name is Field Marshal Montgomery.
Wilhelm Smith.
I'm here to order C-109.
I would like to point out that I am flying at Mach 1.92 and still accelerating.
Oh.
With a full
Really?
missile load, yes. I'm flying
What
level
height?
at 46,000 feet.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bloody fast thing. I know that.
What is the
1,110 indicated airspeed.
Is it 2.2 for the Mirage? At its best altitude. with
Just a
clean
bit
load?
over 2, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm
How much
at
can you get in a dive?
1.95 and still accelerating.
I think the Hornet clean is 1.8.
The Hornet's not very good at anything over supersonic just because of the way it was designed. The
Wasn't the F-14 2.5?
yeah, and the F-14, I can believe it will get up there pretty quickly as well. But the Hornet, just from that wing design, and it doesn't have variable inlets for the engines like the F-15, the F-14 have. Even the Mirage has those cones which extend and retract, but the Hornet doesn't have it. It has a bleed air system for lower speeds, but it's really optimized for subsonic, and it doesn't like going above transonic speeds at all.
So it's
Almost.
actually worth getting it then?
Almost.
Yeah, because it'll be a multi-role strike fighter with
It's
AMRAAM.
also 3 times faster than the Hog, probably.
Yeah, easily.
So the
Depending
Hog
on
drivers will move to the
Come on.
the 18s then?
Well, I think
Yes,
the Hog's
Mach
got
2.
its own charm.
Woo!
Screenshot.
I think it depends on the distance. If it's a long way to fly, I'd take the Hornet.
The Hornet's going to be great for interdictions, similar to the Viggen, where if you need to get there quickly and hit one thing, then it's great. The Hornet can do CAS, but you've got to weigh up your fuel consumption and things like that. And if you're taking fuel tanks, you've only then got 2 usable air-to-ground pylons. So
What would be great to see is you can just imagine it. This Hornet's going to come out, and every server you go on, everybody will just be flying the Hornet.
yeah, that it will be.
Major Hornet squadrons just flying.
It's going to be carnage on the first day, though.
Oh god, yeah. But when the F-14 comes out as well, there's going to be congestion on the highways in the danger zone.
This poor chap flying the A10A says, flipping out, where do all these come from?
Yeah, but of course there's also the thing that the F-18 was designed when they started to realize that a very, very high top speed wasn't the only name of the game going.
Well, they had dedicated interceptors, didn't they? So they didn't need it.
You know what the Marines do with their Hornets? Because you've only got those 4 wing pylons, right? Which those are the only 4 air-to-ground pylons you have, and 2 of them are usually used for fuel. So what they do is they put one of the fuel tanks on the wings, but they put the other one on the center line, and this gives them 3 air-to-ground stations instead of just 2. So you'll often see Marine Corps F-18s with odd fuel tanks, one on the left and then one on the center, so that
I think I've seen
extra,
that, yes.
Yeah, so they can have that extra weapon for air to ground. Because the targeting pod, that always goes on the left engine nacelle. So a standard loadout is targeting pod on the left, AMRAAM on the right, fuel tank in the center, 3 of whatever air to ground weapons you want, and then sidewinders on the wingtips. Which I think is fair enough for a self-escort striker. Oh, and of course, eventually we might be getting the version of the Harrier which could carry AMRAAMs. Which will be great.
Interesting.
Depending on your point of view. But that version will also come with a ground mapping radar. So the features go hand in hand. They took the radars out of the old F-18A Hornets. They thought, well, why don't we just put them in the Harrier? Which they did. It gave the Harrier an air-to-ground capability much better because you can now use radar-guided munitions and you can build up a radar picture. But it also allowed them to use radar ranging for the gun sights, for the Sidewinders, and for the AMRAAM. So it just makes it a bit more versatile.
Red, look at your 4 o'clock.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I think we could do something on fuel efficiency with this thing.
I'm still over 50% fuel, even though I burned pretty much all the way.
Yeah, but you're way up that high, man.
And it is optimized for that high altitude flight.
Exactly.
Delta Wings are, yes.
Will we get the ability to slave the TGP to ground contacts on the radar? So I think the F-16 and BMS can do that in the Hornet, or the I suppose it's a bit far off, but the ground radar equipped Harrier as well.
Not sure.
As in BMS, the F-16 can slave its TGP to wherever the radar is looking.
I know that the Harrier is going to get its hotspot detector still, so any infrared sources on the ground will come up on your HUD, and you can then slave your TGP to these hotspots, which will make targeting tanks and things really easy. Because there's none of that messing about with your TGP where the trees look hot.
God, I really hope they fix that.
It's been broken for years.
Yeah, but with the new render engine, now would be the right time to fix it.
I wonder if they've probably already done something about it.
Well, I'm hoping the development build with the Hornet, etc., have it. And they've just not given it to us yet. I'll be disappointed if the Hornet gets the fix and the A-10 doesn't.
The Hornet will be using a different TGP, though. They've said that they're not giving up the Hornet with the Lightning. The AI Hornet does have the Lightning. It can only be mounted on the center line. But they're saying that the release Hornet will not have the Lightning, because that was only ever used by the Marine Corps, and you can't use it on a ship, because if you do an arrested landing, it damages the Lightning pod.
And I was at Kumi City turning on long final for the airport, for the airfield. Sorry.
Right, guys, I'm off. Good flying again.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to you soon. Probably tomorrow.
Cheers,
Bye,
mate.
Whiskey.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to go and have some food in a minute, but I might be on a little bit later. I don't know how much later. Probably when the Americans are all coming on. Because, yeah. But I was playing about in some helicopters last night, because I've not done helicopters for a while. And I was in the KA-50 with some rocket pods. And, there's that switch, the salvo switch, where you can choose between how many rockets you fire at once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I flicked it all the way up without realizing. I thought I'd set it to just one. So I pulled my trigger expecting one rocket to come out of the pod, and all 40 rockets flew out of my aircraft and hit the ground. It is an area effect weapon, so...
Are you aware of the ballistic computer changes for the rocket pods?
Yeah, it was the standard one, so it was in the 0 position.
The skin I've got, thankfully, has the a little notice next to it, so I can just read that and change to what I need.
Well, you see, you'd think that they'd have done that by standard instructions. I know that the those long, really big rockets, which have 5 in them, are they the S-13s? The 122 mil
The
rockets.
13s, yes.
Yeah, that's setting 2. I'd love to just carry 4 of those on, and then make one pass with them. Just fire all of them, and that's it. You flew 20 miles just to fire that one salvo. Well done. Yeah, we could have got into so much more detail with all these KA-50 and helicopter missions. When you factor in the data link and all the tactics and things like that, it can, yeah. And the night missions. I love flying helicopters at night, really low with the night vision goggles on. It's one of my favourite things to do. I can imagine it must be amazing in VR to do that.
It is.
Helicopters are really nice for VR.
Yeah.
And bloody scary.
Probably.
Not really, no. I'm going to head off as well and watch some TV.
Okay.
I'll
Well, I'm
catch
going
you all
to go
later.
get my food now. I'll see you guys either later on or tomorrow.
Sure. Enjoy your food.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
See ya.
Cheers.
And this signals the end of my stream as well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.